They've spent a lot of time stalking each other. No, I'm just joking about that part. They've spent a lot of time thinking about one another and how they would best put to words honoring one another. So I'm going to let Joyce talk for a second a little bit about that too.
We are going to start out with Maxina, who graciously offered to go first. And she is going to talk about somebody, and then we will go along with each person speaking. So each person who speaks will speak about someone, and then that person will then give their testimonial for the next person. So, Maxina.
It's supposed to be a secret, so they don't know who they're speaking about, but some of them know.
That's awkward, isn't
it? The truth is, I was mad that Tally wasn't going to be with me for our 8th grade year at Hyla. Over the summer, we decided we were going to make the most out of our last year. As many of you know, this is not how he spent this year. He was diagnosed with cancer in the fall, and life changed pretty quickly after that. But I realized there was nothing to be... But I realized there was nothing to be mad about. I still spent my 8th grade year with him, just rather than passing note during classes and talking at break, I got to know him on a much deeper level. Tally and I have known each other since we were 6. In 1st grade at Hyla, it was clear he had a lot going for him. Athletic, smart, energetic, funny. Tally has always excelled at everything he has put his mind to. I remember when we were in 6th grade and all Tally wanted to do was go outside and throw a frisbee or kick a soccer ball around. Being pretty competitive myself, I was happy to be around Tally. We were constantly challenging one another. Tally takes athleticism to a whole new standard. Like in track, Tally is an amazing long-distance runner, running without seemingly ever taking a breath. He's also an exceptional soccer player. When we played soccer in PE, no matter how hard I guarded him, he would find a way to get past me. For a while, he was even playing with 16-year-olds. Tally is also a team player. Tally tried to make it to as many of his team soccer games as he could, just to cheer them on. Throughout this year, he has made it to as many school events as he could, showing his spirit for the game, whatever it might be. I know that this year has been an athletic challenge of very different sorts, but as always, he has demonstrated his strength and persistence. I'm excited to see what he does in high school for his sports. Tally is pretty smart too. Okay, actually, he's incredibly smart. Even though he wasn't physically sitting next to me in math class this year, when he would come and visit the island, unbeknownst to Paul, some of my math homework was done by Tally. I find it absolutely incredible that Tally was able to just dive back into school, especially math. When he would come visit, that's always what he was anxious to do. I bet you were wondering the second truth. Well, the second truth is easy. This year, I've been waiting for Tally to return to school so we could get back on track again. Hang out in Winslow, watch movies, play on the beach, and be teenagers. The ordinary stuff. Even going to school next year. Because what Tally does is make the ordinary seem extraordinary. Whether it's his laugh or smile, life with Tally is always a blast. Something new, fun, and different. And he's someone you can talk to, too. He's always able to listen and give you advice, especially with that sense of humor of his. I don't think there's ever been one time I've been with Tally and he hasn't made me laugh. And as we leave Hyla for a new adventure, I look forward to being part of the extraordinary life of Tally S. and Black Brown. Thank you.
Okay. I admit that writing a testimonial is not what I want to do. The last year of my life has been a blur. I am mad at Kim because she gave me Maxine. Writing about Maxine is hard. She is definitely one of my best friends now. Over the past year, Maxine has been constant. going to my doctor's appointments, hanging out in the hospital, and staying overnight in Seattle. It has meant a lot to me. My first years of Maxina are in first grade. We had the typical love-hate relationship of 6-year-olds. You know, the realization that girls have cooties. But she wasn't just a cootie catcher. She taught me how to draw a star. I haven't forgotten that. Over the years, our relationship has been close. I've watched Maxina at the Island School and Hyla both inside the classroom and outside. Inside the classroom, Maxina always knows how to balance her schoolwork with fun. She doesn't get into trouble but speaks her mind about what she thinks. Outside the classroom, Maxina is a beast. I don't mean a big red demon. Maxina is sassy. This isn't a bad thing. I admire her spunk. Maxina is strong in so many ways. She is also persistent. She has mastered the art of debate. I have never won an argument with Maxina. I must have been right at least once over the past 8 years. As an athlete, Maxina holds her own in frisbee and track. We were always competitive on the field, and I know that Maxina did an awesome job at Catlin every year, particularly with her relay teams. Of course, I will never forget their 5th grade hip-hop dance ceremony where Tara, her friend, and Maxina danced. They actually made me want to start hip-hop. But seriously, Maxina has shown her own strength, her loyalty and friendship to me in countless ways. From hanging out in Laurelhurst after chemo treatments to sitting beside my hospital bed at Children's or wheeling me around the Ronald McDonald House. I can't thank Maxina enough for being Maxina. While I hope I never have to go through something like this again, it's comforting to know that I have a good friend like Maxina. Thanks, Max.
When I first arrived at Hyla, I didn't know anyone, and it took me some time to adjust to the new surroundings, having come from New York City. Kanan was very accepting and friendly, and I quickly became good friends with him. The thing that impresses me most about Kanan is that he's a leader. And I don't mean that in terms of him telling other people what to do, although he has done that to me a couple times. But it's more of a sense of the class respecting him and following his lead on stuff. He's also a very, very skilled person, be it showing your intelligence in class, dominating on the frisbee field at Saturdays, or repeatedly shooting me in the head when we play Halo at sleepovers. Of course, there's not just these skills that make you special. I know that term's overused, but it's true. You were very caring, and it is not a coincidence that you were the one to be nicknamed after Care Bears. The thing that has stuck out to me most about this particular aspect of you is how friendly you are to younger kids, particularly, noticeably, my brother and your sister.